Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's gonna slap the taste out of his mouth. Yeah, that's a lot of little stitch in there. We get there where it's real warm. We want to kind of stay away from it a little bit. It's real warm over there. A little warm up here. Got a little bit back here in the back I could do if I could get my welder over here to it. Give us a little bit more leadway here. We'll take a second and clean this tip. That crud and little spark metal get built up around your tip there from all that little spot welding. It'll cause your gas not wanting to flow down through there. You have to clean some of that mess off. If you were just steady, had the trigger pulled, and it was just burning, it probably wouldn't do it as bad. But that start and stopping with the trigger seems to let it build up a little bit more faster. We got about 20 more spots that need to be stitched. All of them's about 3 inches. You'll have to heat it and beat it. You can see it's wanting to pull in the middle some. So we'll have to heat that up, kind of tap that back out. That's one thing about that metal, it'll wrinkle all up on you if you ain't sharp. Over here, and we're going to do some measuring on this other fender while this cools off a little bit. It's starting to pull a pretty good bit. We're going to let it, I'm going to leave it alone. And we're going to take tape measure whenever I find it. Yep. Check this. Come over here. Let's mark this other side out. Basically, what I want to do here is the same. And I got a little flat spot here we're going to work on, but we want to come here and we want to get us about 4 inches. We see a bad spot, we want to stay away from the bad spot, not pull a measurement from there. We're just going to get an average. We're just going to take that little piece of pipe here and we're just going to kind of roll it around our marks. Up fancy. Give us an average. Come up here. The more marks you got, the better, because you can kind of get you a better average of it rolling around. From mark to mark. You can take a piece of cardboard and make you a little cutout of the exact 3-foot radius or 3-foot diameter circle and go back and trace it. There's several different ways you can do it. This is just the way I'm gonna do it. Always when I cut it, I'm gonna leave me a little bit of my line so I can come back and reshape it if I need to with the sanding wheel. I don't always cut all my line off. I'm gonna leave some of my line on there. So we had a dip here, and that could be the difference in my mark here. We was getting down too close. We got a dip from here to here that we got to fix. So that could have had something to do with my mark getting off just a little bit. So we need to go further down. We'll go here. We'll retrace that one. So we'll do away with that top mark. The dark mark is what I want. Yep. Okay. Once I got my mark, what I'm gonna do is just come back and I'm gonna cut some of this off to start with. I don't need all that plate on there. I'm gonna cut some of it off. I should have cut it off yesterday before I put it up there, but I knew I didn't need it all, but we just left it up there anyway. We're just gonna go here and we're gonna trace our mark out right here. Right mark. You probably need to be around there. Enough what?
I'm on the edge of this dirt here. Like, please, God,
Well, I mean, I want to get it cut down some because it's easier to cut it with a blade that's about 4 inches than it is a whole blade. Huh?
That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I like to use my material up. I don't like a whole lot of waste. I ain't got no extra money to be wasting when you're smoking them cigarettes. You smoke them down to the filter. Use your material up. They're going to charge you for it. Make sure you use it up. We'll take this one here, a piece of one, and see if we can finish the rest of it. I mean, I got plenty of new ones. It's easier to cut it with a small one than it is one of them big, brand new 6-inch. All right. You can see it start to come together. Same over here. We got all that little groove we got to fill back up with metal. And we're going to stretch this one out a little bit further than we did the other one. The other one tried to rush it a little bit. It's trying to pull and bow up. And I'm going to have to heat it and beat it back out. So we're going to finish welding this one up right quick. Then one on the other side, we're going to weld a little, do something different. We ain't going to get it as hard as we got this side over here. But yeah, that'll take care of the old grooves. That's a lot of freaking grooves in there. A lot of grooves, a lot of grooves. I think the little ESOB welder is all right, but if I was going to be messing with stuff on a regular basis, I'd get something a little upgrade than that. so we're gonna let that cool a little bit. We're gonna take the grinder wheel. We're gonna start cleaning up some of this weld on the side over here. Oh, man, dang. Another one of them earplugs. I feel like that metal crap. Let me go down my ear. So it's gonna be a lot of sparks flying here, so just get in a. I'm gonna try to go this way the whole time, so whichever way they start, they're gonna keep going that way. Just be on the back side of it. Let's see. Down over here, and we got it a little harder than I wanted to get it. Got a little bow going on down here at the bottom of the fender here, which it don't really matter. I mean, I can fix it, but we don't want to be creating extra unnecessary work. This thing here was bought under certain circumstances where I had to have something quick right then, and I figured that if it would do the job that we were using it on at the time, I figured it would be worth the money I paid for it, and if it broke, then I'd be got my money out of it anyway. But I had a DeWalt at the same time this one here was running, and the DeWalt's over there in the woods. It's long quit, but this thing here has been running just purring like a kitten. Now I can't say the same about this one, because I went back. This one ran so good, I went back and got another one, but I got a smaller one, and I can tell by the sound of this one here, it don't sound like it's going to run like this one as long. I know this is not as strong a grinder, but I can feel like this tool here is not going to last nowhere near as long as this one. This is actually a good grinder. I would buy another one if I could get one, and I knew I could get one the same. I would get one of these like this over the DeWalt. because I've had 4 or 5 of the DeWalt's, and they're good grinders too, but the DeWalt's over there in the woods. This one here is still rolling. I'm gonna go back and hit just a couple more spots on it, on the corner here. And all these little bends here, they were individual and they weren't beat in and out perfect. So I'm gonna get them as close as I can. I want to, and then I'm gonna come back and smooth them on out with body filler once I get them. So I end up going back, go get me some better grinding wheels. I've got a lot of the aggressive stuff eat off of this one here. It's not really cutting like I want it to cut. It'll take a long time to cut it. So we're gonna go back over here and tack weld it a little bit. This spot here. It sounds a little weak, but I forgot I got 2 earplugs in, so I can't hear that good. So I know something's sounding funny on the welder, but I forgot I got the earplugs in the ear. You just know when the second something starts to change. It don't take a big drastic change. You be doing something and you say, yep, I feel a little difference. Something going on. That's when you know you're getting ready to break out some tools or you're getting ready to stop. So, yeah. Takes a lot of work to build a little Kenworth hood. This is the first hood I ever built. Little Kenworth hood, or first little project like this pretty much I ever done anyway from scrap. So it's a right good bit of little stuff on here. Get something too hot, then you got to create more work for yourself. I first started painting cars back in the day when I was young. Started messing with painting a few cars and that was one of my biggest problems, is I would always be in a rush. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I would try to rush stuff instead of just giving it a little more time, 15 minutes. I would try to rush it. And I'd end up messing up stuff. And I'd have to go back and spend more money and a whole lot more time redoing stuff. So it's best to don't be in a rush. Give yourself some time. A rush can cause you to come back and waste 3 times as much time. And just go somewhere and do something else for a few minutes and come back. The whole time you hit it, you can hear it thumping. Boom, 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 trying to move. I got this in here welded pretty solid, so I'm not really worried about it going too much. Just the fenders here, the bow down in the middle, stuff like that. Try to pull the sides in a little bit. You can tell when that gas stops flowing good, the weld starts trying to curl up and fizz out. The wind blows hard enough and it blows that gas away. It don't do right. Mm-hmm. All right, it's starting to get pretty warm. We'll stop on it for a little bit. We'll let it cool down. Otherwise, we're going to have some of the same problems on this side as we got on that side over there. We'll let it cool down a little bit. We may even take a break and run to town and get some grinding wheels. And by that time, when I come back, it'll be good and cooled off. I may grind on this just a little bit more. I got a couple high spots right there. I'd rather have them a little low than a little high, so I'm gonna take these two spots out right here. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. You got 28 more holes, 28 more grooves to fill up. It's roughly about 25 foot. It's about the length of a good pickup truck, a little further. I think we might weld one or two more, and we're going to just go ahead and take us a break for a little bit. Because I ain't too much on standing around out here without being able to do something productive. So I don't have any good grinding wheels, so I can't grind while I'm waiting on this to cool, and this is too hot to keep going. So we'll take us a break, go get us some good grinding wheels, and we'll come back when it's cooled down. All right, let's take a break. Let's go get us some 3 or 4 new grinding wheels. That way I can make quick work of this. All this grinding has got to be knocked down, and I can do it faster with a good wheel than them old. I'd rather go buy 4 or 5 and use them till they get about half and put a new one on and cut it down fast than I would take an old one and try to go over the whole thing. So it'll be faster. All right, that's going to be all for right now. We're going to let it cool down. We're going to get us some grinding wheels, and we're going to come back a little later on this evening. We're going to grind this stuff down. We're going to finish welding it on this side, and I'd like to get some of it grinded down. That way we can move on to the next part of it next time we get to work on it. But these fenders is being a little slow. I knew they were. I knew they would be slow when I said I was going to build them out of 11 gauge, 12 and 11 gauge metal. So pick your battles. When you make a decision, you got to stick with it. So whether you want to quit or not, you make a decision, you stick with it to the end.